Oh, hey guys, welcome to another video. Wanted to share a new build that I got from a group of cars that I got fairly recent. And you may have noticed, I guess the last video was actually some thrift store related pickups, and this is one of the cars. So I decided to actually mod those cars, and this is the first project that came out of those. So I'm calling this the Dark Knight, or sorry, the Black Knight, and I wanted to build something a little bit more on the cleaner side than something that was overly rusted and had seen better days. So as you can see, this is I think this is called the Barbaric Hot Wheels car. So it's kind of neat. It's kind of like a beige plastic body itself, and metal chassis for the bottom here. So pretty cool. It's got some interesting some parts on it that I thought overall the design looked pretty neat. So the one thing about the plastic bodies is you can drill the rivets out really easy because it's just plastic. So so if you're more comfortable with drilling anything, pick some cars that are plastic, and they're really easy to work on. So can't go wrong with a plastic car. This one has a lot of extra parts in it. You can disassemble everything, which is really good. So as you can see, this is on the background, just a lot of cars that I picked up at the Valley Village recently, along with Challenger or Charger, and just kind of sitting in the background as well. But I'm going to start up by just cutting some mesh from the speaker grill that I got a while back, and I wanted to do sort of a really clean look, kind of like ventilation holes under the hood. So I cut these pieces, but and just kind of one at a time. So I did have the grill actually glued on the inside, on the bottom here, but when I was trying to fit in the toothpicks that I'm going to use for the guns, I was unable to close the whole chassis. I couldn't put the car back together properly. So I removed the grills. Decided I'm going to put them on top of the car instead. So not quite as a clean look as I originally intended. Come to think of it, I probably could have just shortened the toothpicks quite a bit and just kind of put them in the holes, and they would have been fine. But I don't know, I kind of wanted to make sure that they weren't going to give me some trouble while they were being glued, and I don't know, I kind of like the end result anyway. So I got I got the mesh on the top, and then I'm using the drywall mesh for the rear. This is just standard drywall mesh that you can use for like filling holes. If you got a hole, I don't know, you put your kneecap through the hole, through the wall, and you got to fill it before your wife finds out. You could buy this stuff here and fill it up nicely, along with like the spackling. You know how to do it. So I got quite a bit of that around, so I use it from time to time. And not that I put kneecaps through the wall or not, but I actually recently built an entire washroom in the house, so I still had a lot of leftover bits in that. Anyways, so I painted the car. I actually had to go out and buy some flat black. I wanted this thing to look really just like a black car with like really accented metal bits. So I kind of just lightly painted the guns, but so they could stand out. I just used the same silver paint that I'm using all over the place, like on the armor itself, and I started thinking all these grills look like chainmail in a way. So I was starting to think of like a theme for the car, and what I was going to end up doing with it in general. But I was actually going to put some like dust on it, some makeup dust, or dry pastel effects on it, but yeah, I just decided to keep the car, as clean as I could. So I put a few like nicks and stuff like that on it with the silver paint as well, like on the front and a few other areas. Yeah, with some of the some nicks and stuff like that done to it, I decided to work on the interior. I painted the interior just red. I actually called it sort of like the blood spatter because this red can it's got some issues, but I don't mind using it for something like this. And I simply just highlighted with a silver marker. I did notice that the tail light section was part of the interior, and I decided to use a paint marker just to kind of smooth out the details there. And then for the wheels, I left them as a black wall tire and rim, sorry. But I thought, just to kind of accent a bit, I used the paint marker just to go around the outer rim and give it a nice ring look to it. Come to think of it, I should have put a red line on it. That actually would look pretty cool. Maybe next time I'll try that. So big tip, don't use some of the really cheap dollar store paint like I did for a moment. I was trying to kind of touch up a few areas and it just looked terrible. So I ended up going back and using some of the Games Workshop paint on the door and just a few, just retouching up what I had kind of screwed up from the original paint job. Yeah, so here's all the parts. The interior, I was going to put a wash in there just to try to, kind of make a contrast, but I ended up just leaving it the way it was. And this is how the side of the panels turned out with the Games Workshop paint touch-ups. I used, actually wet the brush a decent amount as well and just really smooth everything around. And it's got a bit of that flat black paint look to it now, so kind of like that. And as you can see, I originally painted it sort of a semi-gloss, and I left the inside like that, but yeah, the outside I changed it to a flat black, including the bottom. And I did do a little detail on the bottom, yeah, just put it all together. I like keeping things sort of disassembled if at all possible. It's more fun to put it together. You may notice that there's a hole in the bottom of the car. I was gonna put like a oil slick dropper, or it could be anything actually, just kind of shoved up in there. But yeah, this ornament here, it kind of reminded me of a dragon scale as well. And I was planning on doing some like theme cars. So this thing almost ended up being a dragon, but I thought because of the dragon look and the whole night theme, like the Black Knight would be kind of cool. So it's paying homage now to I guess the Black Knight from the up and coming The Eternals, or the Marvel Black Knight, or just any kind of Black Knight from any kind of lore really. And like a suit of armor. It's got chainmail for the hood and the side vents, and comes equipped with machine guns of all things. But you can use your imagination for it. It's got a real simple build, really easy, just sort of like a repaint with some added guns in the front. I think it just makes the whole world of difference. Doing a few things here and there with some creativity. But anyways, hopefully you guys like this build. If it kind of inspires you to do something remotely similar, that's fantastic. Thanks a lot for dropping by, and please subscribe, and have a fantastic weekend.